want to feel like I'm part of the conversation.
Even though you're not talking.
Even though I'm not talking.
Well, that's kind of sad. But I get what you mean.
No, that's like what... You know what I mean.
Welcome to Tea Time Boys.
You're fucking recording this right now.
Hates intros with your host Michael Stewart and never a Rouge again.
Intros are the worst.
Oh, fuck, I can't stop it.
Tea time, boys.
Tea time
Sellouts.
boys.
Might as well say
Tea time, boys.
Tea time boys. Tea time boys. Tea time boys.
No.
We drink tea and we sip, and that's what we do with the tea
time, boys. Each group of friends is where I just thrive. No, you son of a gun. You do not just do that. Just because he has a new hat now, he thinks he can do
Not
whatever he
new.
wants.
I got it 2 years ago.
Give me the hat, Stuart.
No. Men have died for this hat.
Men will die for this hat.
No. Stay away.
Oh yeah, Rowan's coming down.
Yeah, I
Swell.
should probably get him.
Dude, look at the spike, friend. Like you're yelling. Oh, that's the loudest of them all.
You know what's really a bitch? Last time I was editing the
What about your
podcast.
brother? Doesn't your brother want a cup?
He doesn't drink tea. I don't think so. I'll ask.
What? That's a piece of bourbon.
The last time, you know when I had the bell?
Yeah.
It was like a little like spike, but it was so loud. I literally had to turn down that one section like.
How's
like
the
10
editing
decibels.
actually going?
Okay, go get Rowan.
Okay. You guys can talk about stuff. Rouge.
We can
The
talk
Tell
record.
that one time where you dated Michael's sister.
cousin,
I don't
and it
wanna-
wasn't, and she's not related to me, as far as I know.
I'm pretty sure you guys are related.
That would be really weird, but that'd be super weird. And no offense, dude, I don't think I'd probably enjoy her comedy. Probably wouldn't want to associate with her.
No worries, man.
Well, then again, she like kind of wrecked you, but not
What?
her.
Excuse me?
I
I'm
don't know.
not that emotionally soft, Michael.
No, I'm saying like you were dating for like a couple of years, and like you were just like, eh. You're
No.
like, I don't think this is gonna be a thing anymore, and then it kind of
I think we were
it
both...
took a part of you.
I think you're right, but...
Let's get the ukulele and a super sap song.
I'm ukulele.
I'm
Oh,
ukulele!
damn it!
Like this.
Why? Why would you do this thing?
I love ukulele.
Oh.
I hope you
do you want
enjoy the
tea?
same 4 fucking chords on. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not twee enough.
Do you want?
Fucking-
Do you want a cup?
Yes.
You'll have to get your own cup. And
I'm supposed to.
Why are you gonna leave that guy down?
I have
Yeah,
strong
he
opinions
lives
about
here.
ukuleles.
I'm ukulele.
And so now the viewers know we record this in your
I have
basement.
strong opinions
welcome
about
to
you.
the smooth jazz that is Tea Time Boys.
Oh, shit.
Wait, do you
With
know what song
your
started?
hosts, Stuart and Michael.
I'm trying to think of that song that they played in Community.
Tea Time Boys is brought to you by.
The Biblioteca.
Here's my cup. Fuck me up. Fuck me up on this tea.
You didn't get a coaster.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's a coaster.
This is for this.
Oh, shit.
Oh fuck, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's not like this is a special
Since
table.
when did you become like an
I'm
aged
sorry.
grandma?
I'm sorry. All tables are special. I didn't mean to hurt your
I
feelings.
love you, table.
I love you.
You bring...
Every day a
bring me
table
great joy.
dies.
Why is there half a
I
can
was
of
gonna
Pepsi?
drink that first.
That's gonna be gross with
Pepsi
tea.
Boys.
Pepsi,
Pepsi,
and tea.
no.
If we get
I'm not
really
gonna
if we get
physically
really
drink
big
that.
and we get sponsors, can we do that?
Yo, Red
Pepsi
Bull
boys,
boys.
Red Boy boys.
Red Bull
Dude, I
boys.
don't even drink fizz, man. Like I can't,
Fizz Boys.
Fizz Boys.
Brought to you by all Fizz
except
ever.
for me.
Brought to you by Carvin.
Welcome
Michael's
to
like,
Bad
I
Dragon,
guess
boys.
I endorse this product, but I cannot drink it physically.
Wait, what?
You,
Hi. I don't have an internet name. How you doing?
No one does.
No one does.
I thought you
I
said
had
it
a
was
blank out
ukulele.
his. I had
I
a
had to
blank
blank
out
on my
his
last name because I
I
actually
blanked it out by saying Michael, and then I switched in that part in the beginning of the
Peterson.
the beginning of the podcast, being like, "Que pasta." So I really hope people think that your name is Michael Que pasta.
That's a great podcast name. That's
I mean,
fantastic.
Quesada is a last name, so who knows?
What?
There's-
Quesada is a last name,
No,
so who
Que
knows?
pasa.
Oh, well.
Que pasa? And then you say,
So
you
is
say
this
it
where we
that.
like make up our ethnicities online to see if we can fool people like Video
Oh,
Game
dude,
Donkey?
They already know my ethnicity, which I do not like because you outed me.
you outed
Wait,
outed
Shane-
him? You
Shane-
doxed him.
both Shane and
you
I
son
just
of a
like
bitch.
I think we like almost started a podcast going like, Mamma mia, it's me, Mikey.
And you're freaking spilled tea all over the damn table as you're trying to.
It's the coaster.
Well, then that
Welcome
defeats
to
the
Friends
purpose, doesn't
Arguing
it?
About Coasters, the podcast. We hope you're having a lovely drive to work.
This is one-upping the sock conversation right here.
Let's not start this.
Could we not talk about socks right now?
Okay, here's a question.
I'm kind of over
Here's
socks.
a real question. Okay, not specific to drinks, but I was thinking like drinks like overall.
Okay.
What's one thing that like you say hate that everybody likes and vice versa, like that you
for
like that everyone
drinks?
hates?
For things that I hate that everyone likes, the TV show Hannibal, because that show's just a bit much. Like,
Wait.
it just goes overboard.
Were we talking about drinks or are we talking about other stuff?
So I meant drinks.
Parallels.
Oh, okay.
When I talk about drinks, I'd say human flesh. I mean, like I don't like it, but a lot of
That's a
people seem
drink?
to. I mean, it could be. You can blend
You
it
know,
up.
there's this type
Add
of
some
It's
water
probably on
to
an
it.
episode of
Protein.
Hannibal.
Maybe shake.
there's this type of Middle Eastern drink where it's like a yogurt sort of drink, and
Why are you looking at me?
What's
it's quite salty.
What's it called?
I don't know about
It's
this.
the Persian name is dul.
You know, Rusty was telling me about.
Yeah,
that.
and
really
I-
like that.
Hate it. It's terrible. It's the worst.
Yeah, I'm sure drinking, salty yogurt drink. It's
Yeah.
Man, it's hot outside. Glug, glug, glug. That gets my thirst. Pet dies 2 days later. There's
I'm so sad that no one can see your little visual there from the drinking.
glug glug. Well, how else are you supposed to?
Oh man, do we have sugar for this tea? Or is
Gotta
it...
get the cane
Substance
sugar,
on
bud.
it?
No, whatever.
It's probably got a fucking rat in it. I mean, we don't really use sugar in our drinks, so it's probably gone to ruin.
Am I the only guy who's been
Don't
taking your
hold up.
brown sugar, bro?
No, I like use it for oatmeal all the time.
Oh, that makes
Oatmeal.
sense.
Yeah.
You're
It's
a
good
porridge
with-
kind of
It's good with
lad.
oatmeal.
It's a good Rolling Stones song.
Porridge?
Porridge.
No, brown sugar.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, wait a
I
minute.
love when you and I
I
thought
know.
the same
I was
thing.
like, what?
I know they're getting older, but let's.
Yeah, not there. Yeah. Oh, actually,
You know what I really liked?
You actually do want the sugar, don't you?
no, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'll pass on the
No,
sugar.
actually, you know what I really, really don't like is Orangina.
You know
Yeah, I'm
what?
not a fan
You
of that,
can
yeah.
bite me. I will piss on your grave. Orangina.
After drinking Orangina, I will piss it on your grave. No,
You said you didn't
Orangina.
like it. You didn't say it's awful.
Yo,
There's a difference.
No, people who drink it are the worst human beings in the world.
Okay, never mind.
dang.
That went from 0 to 100 real quick.
No, Orangina is just not that good. Like, it's like okay.
Well, get the San Pellegrino's equivalent.
San Pellegrino is way better.
Yeah, it's the same
Way
drink. The aranciata.
I love arancia.
Yeah, aranciata.
Limoncello.
Limoncello. Yeah, man.
That's
I don't
a-
like
Isn't
any
Isn't
of
that the
I don't like.
alcoholic drink?
Mussolini. What?
Wait, oh yeah, limonata is the regular one. Okay,
what about
yeah.
Mussolini? That's a good drink.
That's a good. I mean, you have to eat it while you're like a rope's around your neck, but you know,
That's the one Mussolini joke you have is him dying.
he's an asshole.
I mean, I thought him dying was funny.
Did he get hanged or it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
he
in
got
front
lynched.
of everybody. Right in front of everybody.
Like they straight up lynched him.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I don't know why when I think Mussolini, I think like a big fat guy.
Yeah.
He's fat?
Wasn't he that fat?
Yeah.
Was he? He was fat.
He was pretty corpulent.
I thought he just had a big chin.
Maybe I
Hey
don't know.
baby, are
No, I
you
think-
corpulent?
This is
She's not fat. He's festively plump.
festively.
That is like the douchiest thing I've ever heard anyone say.
Well, it could have been pleasantly plump.
You're looking
but I
festively plump today, lady. Tips hat.
No, not to a lady. Say to
Like a pheasant
who do you-
before we eat
Why
it.
would you call a lady festively plump?
you wouldn't.
It's
I'm
July.
saying, like, I'm saying like when somebody like insults you, like you don't say, "Man, I'm not fat. I'm festively plump."
So wait, we're comparing Mussolini to Santa Claus.
So it's Mussolini was Mussolini festively
I-
plump?
I don't know. I thought he was like just a
He's
little
festively
husky.
hanged.
Hung.
Oh!
Oh man.
No. That's not what I mean.
I hope not.
It's you know what? Actually, I read the other day. There's like, what's the worst? Or not the worst. Like, what's the meanest thing you can say without using swear words?
You make me want to kill myself.
Oh my god.
It's pretty.
Oh wow.
Is that what you want to say to the guy who cut you off tonight? Tell
No,
Rowan.
dude, so some dude like on Leslie, I was driving up here, and it's like I'm going the limit, and there's so many people in front of him that he could have just sped in front of me and just cut me off like a regular person, but he decided to go right next to me, and just stay there for a bit. Now this jerk could probably blame me for not slowing down, but he doesn't own the road. So I stayed at my pace, and then there were construction cones on the side. So I thought I could make it through.
Out of nowhere, it jumped in front of me.
You're making this sound like some fucking car chase.
The best story I could ever tell.
Fucking nuns crossing out the street like the Batman movie.
It hits my mirror, or it hits the car, and you know that immediately like takes me off a little bit. But you know I get through it pretty calm. So I
don't
noticed.
think anyone's described hitting a pylon as ticking me off.
So I continue along the route and notice that like when I check that mirror on the right mirror, that I'm seeing like the side of my car. So I was like, oh, I wonder what the hell happened there. So I tried adjusting it, and then it got stuck, and that's when I realized, oh damn, that thing hit my mirror. Now I'm really ticked off.
You just made me mad.
You don't want to see me when I'm ticked off. Goes to Fred's place. This guy ticked me off. Well, I could kill him. I kill him with this key.
What you're not seeing at home is that Michael is in fact naked except for a pair of purple ripped shorts.
What? Oh, yeah, okay. Give me a sec.
We're not quite sure why he just walked in like this.
But you know what's the worst part too is that not that he made me like wreck the car a little bit, but or she, like anybody could be a bad driver. Let's just stop beside the steering.
We're real egalitarian about our shitheads here.
The stupid part is instead of just cutting me off like earlier, or just waiting a bit, like being not right next to me or in a blind spot or anything like that. Like what this person did was, after I slowed down, after I nicked the car, is that they sped up, they kept at their pace, if not went slightly faster, and then went into my lane. Just to sum up the point of this person's a jackass in the freaking Lincoln minivan soccer mom mobile.
Okay, you know what just popped in my head? I don't know why. Imagine like a brick wall, you standing up like Seinfeld, like telling this to his story, and he's like, another guy cut me off, and one guy goes like.
See, I'm picturing that, but like it cuts out and it's like in a back alley. They're like rats.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like you're just like telling the story. This is like another guy cut me off. I'd be like, can you get any worse?
See, this guy gets it.
What kind of tea is this?
It's just regular Earl Grey.
No freaking way. It tastes a little different.
I think it might have like a little bit of like not
Like a spice,
like a Belmont.
Like a chai.
Could be a chai.
Could be.
I don't think it tastes like a chai.
No, it probably doesn't.
We're at, you know, realize this is like the 6th episode. It's the first time we talked about tea.
Oh wow, we're going to
It's
boys.
just like,
okay.
hey, we finally did it.
We got the title drop, boys. That's how you know that the plot's moving along. We got the title
we
drop.
introduced the fact that we drink tea when we do this, right?
I finally made the SoundCloud. I made a SoundCloud. I couldn't get.
That was my question, but okay. Keep going.
On SoundCloud and email, I couldn't get Tea Time Boys, but I got Tea Time Boys.
Oh,
B-O-I-S.
Perfect.
What?
So we're Tea Time
thought-
Boys.
Wait. There's another group called Tea Time Boys?
Apparently, there's a Tea Time Boys on Gmail. I don't know.
So
Wait, you made it,
I mean,
you
we
made
can't be
email
the
for
first
this?
person to like T and or be boys, so
Yeah.
Like boys and or BT.
and they have the time to like.
I am at least
boys.
I
There's a
am at
select
least half of
time.
that.
There is a select time where T and boys meet together.
When it's not
There's a
tea
time and a place for
not
tea. The time is now. The place is here.
Yeah,
The people
It's
are
very true.
boys.
yeah. Well, we had his girlfriend here for one episode, so
We've had all sorts of stuff. The main consistency I
all
wanted.
sorts of stuff. It's been me and you talking about
And
random
then
crap,
Rouge.
and he came in and tried to tell people like the general theory of economics with shit
Oh my
cows.
god, it was international trade, okay? And I think I did fine on the exam.
That's good to hear, man.
This almost feels
Did
like
you?
a clip show.
Grades haven't come out yet.
You know what's really be funny? You're gonna listen to this, like, like I'll like post it, it's like, hey, look, there's the out, and then you listen to it, it's like, grades haven't come out yet, but I'm really hyped, and then you're just gonna cry while listening to it. It's
And
like,
then you're gonna
you look
mention
at
it
like
on
a
the- and then-
26 on.
I wouldn't
He's gonna
even be
mention on the episode
surprised.
after that.
Fucking brutal.
Yeah, this will be like every episode will just mention like different parts of your econ.
Yours-
yeah.
yeah.
Taking the class.
All your secondary or primary scholastic endeavors, whichever's the immediate like conundrum of the day.
Okay, okay, this just popped in my mind. Okay, do you guys remember in like elementary school where like I think it was maybe like twice a year they bring in like there was like portable book stands. It was the Scholastic Book Fair, and you can go and buy books.
We had like
Yeah. They
I don't
all
know about
sucked.
that, but like
I like them. They're
I-
so
I-
cool.
we had my
They
mom.
were cool,
My
it's
mom
just I
got
never-
it like because my mom's a teacher. I think she got like a pamphlet for it, and so sometimes we like order books like
We'd get
Oh, yeah,
mail
yeah.
or something like that. I don't know about.
You order your books through mail?
I don't know. This is back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
we
we
got
got
it
these.
too. We do pamphlets too.
It might
Wait,
have
you
been
guys do
something
pay?
like
I
that.
never did. I always bought it right then and there.
Did-
Well, you're always
No.
the one who sets the tone,
impulsive
aren't
one.
you? Yeah,
This
you're
is
the one
true.
you're the dynamic one of this group, right?
Am I?
I get
God
Captain
damn it.
Underpants. That's what
Anyway,
I order.
the thing that I love that everyone else seems to like either hate or not like as much is
We're rolling way back. Where are we
okay.
at?
I
This
won't
is
tell
t-
you.
this-
No, no,
tangent number
we're 15. We're like 14 minutes in, and this is like minute 2.
Hey,
we're rolling way
wait,
back.
what
it's-
if
it's
people
fine.
actually wanted to know?
You
Yeah,
never
come on.
ever go back to tangents. There was one podcast I was listening to. It was like, "Oh, dude, I have to tell you something. It's really important." And then you're like, "Oh, really?" Because like last time you said something important, it was like this. Never went back to it.
Okay.
Never went back to it.
Well, maybe we can mix it up a bit. You know?
Yeah, come on.
We don't
Okay,
know what
shit.
we don't know what the listeners want yet. I mean, is this even out?
No, I got the.
I think we're jumping the gun using a plural here.
My mom likes it.
Yeah, apparently.
Mom's like, "This sucks. Bring back Michael."
Mom, stop trolling me online!
And
You're a neckbeard, son!
your mom would only listen to it just to hear the clip of her giving you the socks.
I cut that out. Oh,
No.
I have to cut this
Why
out.
would you do that?
Oh,
I
no.
have to cut all this out.
Okay, well, go back to what you
What were
don't
you-
like
yeah.
that everyone else likes.
Oh, yeah, Wiser's makes this whiskey that they hop like a dark ale, and I like it quite a bit, but people have pretty mixed opinions about it, so...
What's it called?
Wiser's hopped.
Oh, that's
wait,
great.
like, what percentage is it?
Like 40?
Then why do they try and put it as a dark ale?
Look, I don't...
No, it
This is
tastes
just
like a
from
dark
what I-
ale.
No, he said he tried to market it as this one, isn't it? Does it taste
Yeah.
like a dark ale, or they market it as like a dark ale?
It tastes like cheap whiskey. What do you want?
So then if they're trying to market it as a dark ale at 40%, like
I'm thinking they're trying to
Jesus.
market the thing as having the taste of ale.
Yeah. Well, it has hops, and I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, I see.
Speaking of alcohols, you know, like if I were to say one that I like that people don't like, and one that I hate that people like, I really like tequila.
I love
Yeah.
tequila.
Whoa,
Good.
would you? I think you meant a specific kind. You can't just be like, I like this general thing. Okay.
Yeah, tequila, I find more than any other alcohol has the biggest delta between the really good stuff and the real shitty stuff.
Oh, man.
Like, even vodka isn't quite as...
So where's Patron on that? Just because everybody quotes Patron in like songs and just people buy it, I guess.
Hennessy.
That's not tequila.
What?
I don't know. That's what they quote in songs too. What is Patron?
Patron's a type of tequila.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know.
Patron means boss. They're both Spanish words. The thing.
I don't know Spanish words. I only know like cabron and like
Yeah.
Patron
and
sounds
like
like
punta,
Capron.
which are just swear words.
The entirety of my Spanish
it's
education
puta,
comes
I
from
think.
Resident Evil 4.
I was gonna say Shadows
Shadows of the Damned.
of the Damned.
Mine's from Orange is the New Black.
You know, you could have been cool and said God Hand, but no.
No, I don't know what that is.
Like.
Oh my god, have you never played God Hand?
No.
Oh, that game is sick! I love it!
What's it for?
PS2. I'm trying to. Okay, do you know Okami? Same guys.
Same guys who did, like, Bayonetta, did, I think,
Cool.
actually, Shinji Mikami directed it, so same director as Resident Evil 4, and also Goof Troop.
Cool.
Goof Troop. We all went there together. Goofy's a divorced dad. Is it divorce or widow?
That's
All I know is
either
that
way, it's
widow-
sad.
Wait,
Yeah, no, it's
Widow.
hilarious. And he's had like 5 girlfriends, which is like 5 times
Wait,
more than Mickey has.
Wait,
So
hold
who's
on,
a real goof
hold
in
on.
bed?
Whoa, hold on.
I-
how do you
I
know
like how
Goofy
it's-
has that many girlfriends?
He dated a cow.
He did date a cow.
Michael, it's canon that Goofy fucks. We're in this world together now.
Yeah,
we
but
have
he's
to
like,
face it.
where do you
No,
think
I'm
Max
wondering-
came from?
No, but I'm wondering like how
I'm going to
many?
goof.
Michael,
how many-
Michael,
like,
look at me, dead in the eyes. Goofy fucks.
Imagine this. Goofy's in bed.
understand
He's
that.
in his underwear.
Yeah,
He
no,
sees
I
the
did it.
thing.
I saw that.
He
was
walks
coming.
up. Was like, tonight I'm gonna love you. Next thing you know, you just hear
What
the
kind of fan
background.
fiction are you writing in your spare time?
Gorsh, I'm gonna goof.
You even thought about this. You thought about that. You had that
That just
locked
popped-
and loaded, didn't you?
If I don't think about goofy erotica, I don't go to bed at night. Man. I don't know how you sleep.
Wait, but how do you know he has 5?
What?
Like girlfriends.
I mean,
It was like
all
in
I know is
comics
he's
or
dated.
something
a
like that.
seriously?
couple people.
Yeah.
I just find that really funny.
Extremely
How they had
Goofy
doing...
movie was one.
I just thought that was. I forgot about that. Like the plot of that. I thought it was just about mending the relationship between
Yeah,
father
that's the
and
first
son.
one. The second one, he's got a girlfriend.
What, the dad?
The first
Yeah.
one,
Goofy?
the first
Oh,
one,
man.
Max was trying to like be a skateboarder or something.
That's the
right?
second one.
Oh,
Yeah, the second one kind of has this
'cause
weird
he's a
like
f- 'cause
extreme
he's awesome.
games thing that doesn't quite work. But
Welcome to Nickelodeon.
on the other hand, it implies that Goofy fucks, so it's
Nickelodeon,
already a
my
10 out of
ass,
10 for me. This is the only metric I base anything off.
If Goofy fucks, it's good.
Do you remember the was it
There's
with the aggro Craig Guts?
Like the
Nah,
anime
nah,
character?
No, Guts.
No.
Nickelodeon Guts. They had like 12-year-old kids go through like race courses and make them climb this giant ass like mountain called the aggro Crag.
And it was during
Never-
that weird
no.
period where
I mean, I watch like garbage TV, but this sounds like it's pretty up there, and I did not watch it.
Okay. Speaking of things that everyone hated at lights, we keep coming back to it. You know what show I actually got really addicted to for some strange reason was the reality TV show Gene Simmons.
Oh, Family Jewels. Yeah, I used to watch that.
Was,
yeah.
I used to come home and just like binge watch that. Like it would be on TV and I just
problems.
like watch it because
I used to watch
I
it.
don't know why. Like it was actually really good. Like I actually kind of like Gene Simmons.
I know about really good.
No,
It was
like good
entertaining.
enough that I like could just watch it. Like
Yeah, it was
I didn't need
entertaining.
anything. I just watch it.
Yeah.
And like most shows, I could not stand Jersey Shore. I could not stand like anything.
I
with
wasted my
Kim
life
Kardashian.
watching a little bit of that, hoping it would get slightly better, and then it was just like, no, this is crap. They all suck. I guess I enjoyed thinking I was better than people. Maybe
Gene
that's why I
Simmons
watched
has a
it.
really
That's what
nice
most
wife, and I
15-year-olds
like
do.
her.
Like, nice as in,
Who?
just like a nice person?
Yeah, she's just a nice person.
That's
Who,
awesome.
Who?
Good for
his
Gene
wife?
Simmons.
Yeah.
His wife was Playboy Bunny, and she's also a very nice person.
I know.
Wow.
She's just a really sweet person.
Yeah, she's really cool. She's Canadian.
Oh,
Oh,
Saskatoon? Saskatoon.
Who cares about Saskatoon?
finally, Canada's been put on the map.
Take that, Drake. I don't know. Yeah, but I really like that show.
It was enjoyable, yeah. She was actually like one of the more sane people in that show. He was the nutbag.
Well, yeah, but he like.
Actually, no, his son was cool. His daughter was just like, she was just kind of there for like the first few
I
seasons.
mean, like I hear like a lot of times reality shows just kind of make it so it's like something happens, and then like they tell the producers like, all right, we'll act that out. And, like so, like it is
Yeah.
technically their real life, but they're
Hashtag
acting it
Laguna
out.
Beach.
So it isn't just them shaking the ant farm, then. I'm a
No,
little disappointed.
it's never like that. I mean, like the
Dang.
reactions. I mean, if I was getting really pissy, I wouldn't want somebody filming me, right? Like I don't care how famous I am. If I'm just like, no, you're the bitch. Like I don't want to hear anyone.
That's a really good impression of you.
You're the bitch. Murder. He gets angry. He becomes Richard Nixon.
This is
Oh,
cartoon.
Oh, do you know
Nixon.
the reason behind the Richard Nixon Futurama having the Aru thing?
The jowls?
No, actually, what it was is the voice actor Billy West. He saw that televised debate between Nixon and Kennedy, right?
Okay.
And Nixon he's kind of like you and me actually, where we've got darker hair but fairer skin. So he was trying to cover up the stubble with this makeup. But unfortunately, Nixon was also like me, a sweaty boy. So like. It was kind of sweating, and the hair was starting to pop up. And as a kid, when I saw this, I thought Nixon was a werewolf. Aru!
really? That's crazy.
Yep.
That's
That is so cool. I've always thought it'd be cool to be a voice actor.
Mhm.
I think it'd be tough.
I feel like it'd be really hard, yeah.
Well, like you could have voice actors that just use like their same voice because it's really distinct, or you could have like real cool ass voice actors like Nolan North who kind of just use it a bit. I mean, they have the guy who plays the Hulk and everything, Fred Tyler Shore. He just does the Hulk's voice, and occasionally he'll do some other voices. But he's the dude who has
He's
Hulk's voice.
the Hulk, yeah.
The Hulk.
The Hulk.
Dog.
See, I feel like I remember like I read this thing that Dragon Ball Z fighter or like Dragon Ball Z voice actors used to just pass out from screaming.
Yeah, I think
So
you
like,
told me that.
oh, just need like a
Yeah, they
15-minute
scream
scream.
too much.
Okay. And then pass
Yeah,
out.
they have
And
to
they're
have
like,
padding
that's
on the
good,
back.
Jam. Now get back up.
They have to have
Do they have like
padding
fainting
behind them.
couches, I hope?
I think they had padding behind them like a phone. Kind of
I'd like to audition for this thing. All right, scream till you pass out. Go. It's like, are you serious? I said scream till you pass out, and try to add in some like Japanese shit every once in a while.
Some
Nani?
Nani? Oh. Oh my ocean.
Yeah, we're all weebs. That's how it rolls.
Arigato, poopy butterhoru.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Conversation topic. What is your favorite karate move to use when someone's coming at you? Alright, no, scenario. You're in an alleyway.
This is the worst one you've ever had.
You're in an alleyway.
Dude.
You're standing there. This is for a Rouge. Santa Claus is naked except for
I
underwear.
hate this one, man. Why are you doing this to me again?
Is there a history here?
What?
So he's in there. He says, "Ho ho ho, got some jiggles for you, bitch."
Does he have... This is important. Does he have a candy cane on his erection?
His candy cane is his erection.
Oh no.
So there's
Wait, is
elves.
the hook part the like tip, or is it like
You don't know. It's too dark to figure out. But there's two hooks, and you're really afraid.
This is supposed to be a
It's so
classy
elected to a point.
intellectual
Oh,
conversation.
no.
It is a classy intellectual conversation. He starts coming at you. He says, "Here comes Santa, present for your mouth." There's 40
God.
elves behind you.
What is this?
They don't have big bats, but they have bats like maybe like I don't know, like 10 inches wide. They're not metal, but they're wooden. They can hurt you. There's 40 of them behind you versus Santa Claus with
I have
possibly
several
two,
questions.
possibly two
So
candy
many
cane dicks
questions.
running at you. What do you do? Go.
I don't know.
Good answer.
Nani?
Wait, hold up. So this was more locked and loaded than your previous thing about, dreaming about Goofy banging a random...
Gorge. Okay, new scenario. Same thing, but instead of 40 elves behind you, it's Goofy with two candy cane ticks. Goofy versus Santa. Who do you run at?
Hey, have you met Goofy? And Santa, I'll introduce them and then we'll have a good time together.
They're running at you. They don't care. They see lust in their eyes. They see a rouge, mouth on their dick. It's the only thing they can think about.
How is this ever...
Max has been taunting Goofy for years about this, and he's finally found you.
Why is this
hell
song
is
telling
You
Goofy?
tell me not to bring up politics on this podcast, and this is the direction you decide to take it?
I don't
Whoa,
like this.
Goofy raping Rouge. Nothing.
Shindaru.
I read a thing downtown Toronto once where it said Goofy means that you're a pedophile in prison. So whenever somebody tells you you're goofy, you're a fucking pedophile.
Oh, is that where that came from in the West? Because apparently, if you call
Gosh.
somebody a goof in BC, guys would literally get in fights over this in the 80s.
You're a fucking goof.
Oh shit, here comes the goof troop!
My buddy told me he lives in BC. He grew up in BC, and he said that he was watching the BC or Canadian equivalent of Cops, and this was from the 80s, and when there was a whole episode about one guy trying to beat up another dude because he called him a goof, and this guy was like, "Oh, I can't take him talking to me like that, man."
Maybe people are just overly sensitive or something.
This is true. Lumberjacks are known for easily hurt feelings.
What is your defense for killing the man? Call me a fucking goof. Whoa, Jesus, guy's douchebag, innocent, man. Fuck that dude. That's insane. I didn't know about that. No, but
I don't think that's a thing, man. I think that guy was just
No, he's
probably
not.
had previous beef with
Apparently, no, that was a thing. Apparently, but my buddy asked his dad and his mom about it. And
Kill my mom, that's one thing. Call me a fucking goof.
You son of a bitch, you're going down.
my mom was a goof. His face is after him.
So that's what it means. You're a pedophile in prison.
I think
How can you be a pedophile unless you're if you're an adult in an adult prison? That doesn't make any sense.
No, but if you're
You know
Pedophile
that
means
they can arrest you for it, right?
yeah.
That it's a crime to be arrested for?
I thought you meant you were a pedophile in the prison. That's where you did the pedophile. in.
No, what the
Oh no, what the fuck?
I was like, that doesn't
Them
make any
juvie
sense.
kids.
I know that some private prisons have lax standards, but
I don't know about going that far.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Okay, well, that solves the mystery.
Okay, scenario for you. This isn't as creepy as
Why are you chucking all these scenarios?
Scenario,
here?
you wake
can
up.
literally
there's-
anyone else think of scenarios?
You wake up. You got blood on your hands. all
Why
over
can't
your
we just
sheets.
ask cake or pie? Why do we have to ask this crap?
Okay. So,
Blood on my
so there's
sheets?
blood on your sheets and your hands.
Where
you
do you
wake
think
up.
I live?
You're freaking out. Where you're like, what the fuck? You look over, dead body. You don't know who it is. It's a dead body, and your mom walks in and goes, "Michael, did you kill someone again?" What do you do? Go.
I wonder why the hell I'm talking to
Mom,
you.
get out of my room! Ah! I'm sorry.
These growing boys and their murders. Why can't our kid just fap like a normal kid?
First of all,
Cause I'll go blind!
Oh man, Mom, not again.
What do you keep playing?
I have like these random DJ sounds on
do you have the air horn? Please tell me you got the air horn.
Oh my god.
Let's not blow
do
out our
do it.
audience member, eardrums.
Oh, that's not air horn. That's copyrighted.
Copyright. Watch a hater.
Yes!
Yes, yeah, I have the air horn.
Air, you're fantastic. I love it. That just made my day.
Wow, you're easily impressed.
Yeah, of course I am, man. What do you expect?
It's a terrible day, man.
It was okay. I played like games at work today. It was
What did you
fun.
play?
Worms and Worms.
I
Worms
love
2 needs
Worms.
This is really good.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
worms, let's
my
play
boss
worms.
like literally like just sits next to me all day, like you and I just like, oh, here's my elbow. I'm like, I'll just move my computer like slightly here. It's like, no!
And he moves like closer to you. Like, just like it's a circular table and like follows you around the table every time you kind of shift a bit.
Yeah, my boss, seems like an alright guy, but he's also like borderline abusive and
Wait, to you or
That's
to
not.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to say.
I don't know if
Especially
he's all right.
on a
if
public
he's-
podcast.
he's a cool dude and a really fucking awful manager. Like,
That's always
just
the way.
incredibly overbearing. Like, one time, like, it was data entry stuff, so, like, okay, copy, paste, whatever, and he's like, you're doing too many clicks. Why are you doing too many? He's a Pakistani guy. He's like, why are you doing too many clicks? You only have to do a few ones. You could work faster. I'm like, are you micromanaging me control scene? like that is some next level shit.
Yeah. Some people like you said it's a small business, right?
Yeah.
Some people are really like overbearing because it's almost like their baby. You know, it's like the first time they let someone like babysit. It's like you make sure you have this and that, and they're allergic to air, so don't bring them outside. But make sure you put them outside for a couple hours.
See, this is why I didn't babysit, because I'm quickly learning that if someone did that for me, I would go out of my way to give their child something poisonous.
Or like traumatize them.
It's like, all right, kids. So guess which of your heroes just died? Is it him? It is now.
Oh no.
Jesus, I wasn't going
That
that
got
far.
dark real quick.
I was just saying like show them like a scary movie, but
I babysat once for my cousin, and
This is gonna be a great story.
I literally just like I'm the worst babysitter. I literally sat
I think if I
down
can see that.
and like watched TV with my cousin for hours, and then they were like, "Rouge, I'm hungry." And I'm like, "Go get some cereal or something."
Does this look like my problem?
bitch, what do you think I do? Taking care of you? Fuck
Hurls a whiskey bottle at him. Ah! He has to learn how to dodge whiskey bottles.
I think I grabbed them some Ritz crackers and like, knock yourself out. Like, yeah, good to go.
Your mom totally yelled at you after that, didn't she?
Probably, man.
The only time I babysat for my cousins a couple times. I remember like one time they came down. They're like, "Can we play games?" And they came up like right in my face, and it was like morning breath. I was like, "You guys aren't allowed to talk till you brush your teeth." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "You guys aren't allowed to talk till you brush your teeth." And they went upstairs, and then I just stubbed my face with like random ass like ham from the fridge or whatever. Like,
Meanwhile, when I babysit, it's like, okay, don't wake me up before like 11. We'll like just make craft dinner or something. Who wants to play video games all day?
I did do that sort of, except the time where I erased my cousin's Pokemon Fire Red file by accident.
No way, you monster.
I didn't realize that, like, why does Pokemon have a one file rule?
It is kind of dumb.
It's stupid.
So
Are
you
you
erased
serious?
your
There's only
cousin's
one
file?
I didn't realize it was one file. Yeah, it's still one file to this fucking day.
That doesn't make
I
sense.
don't know why they do that.
I don't even play video games. I just know that's a bad system.
It is a bad system because,
Well-
like, if you want to like start a new thing, but you don't want to get rid of all your Pokemon, it's just,
Transfer all your Pokemon.
like, to the Pokebank.
Well, apparently, I can see, like, in the beginning, because, like, Iwata was, like, some kind of wunderkind programmer, and, like, he just was able to compress that shit to hell, so...
Did he do Pokemon? I don't think he did Pokemon.
Yeah, actually, he worked on Pokemon, and he did it so well that that's the reason why in Silver you can then go back to the entirety of Red and Blue.
Oh, yeah, you can go back. I forgot about that.
What?
Yeah, he, like,
Yeah, after you beat it, right?
after
Yeah.
you beat Red, like, the second Pokemon game, you can, like, do the first one over, but it's, like, updated.
Oh, in the second
So-
one.
the
Yep.
second one.
If he could do
Same
that,
hardware, he just...
why couldn't he make a second save file? I don't know anything about, like...
I think
Nintendo's just real traditional like that.
I think the reason that they did that was I think they wanted it so that you shouldn't try to get Pokemon. Like for example, if you're an introverted kid, you can't get every single starter. You can't, right? You can't get Bulbasaur.
Still mad about that.
Unless you trade.
Yeah.
So
Other people.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
it was trying to force you
Yeah.
to trade, and I understand that,
Force
but they
you to
could have
make friends.
easily done that by saying if you're on the same file, you cannot trade it. Like if it's the same cartridge, you cannot trade. Like that's how easy it is, right? You know, like can't trade between files, but you can trade.
When they just get like the same kid get 2 Game Boys and 2 cartridges and just trade with himself.
That's true. They can also do that. But I mean, like then.
Yeah, but at that point, they're that kid, the asshole kid whose parents spend money to get them to shut up, and
the asshole kid that brought the metal Beyblade from Chinatown.
son of a bitch.
You ever see those?
Mm-hmm.
It was like Beyblades would be like.
Yeah, well, there was the crap
Circle
ones, and
big.
then there was like the actual.
Meanwhile,
like,
there were
hardcore
like the
ones.
size of the fucking
ones you probably
arena
think is a
made out of
jackass?
adamantium. Like,
Because they're not fucking plastic. You could like go
Yeah.
Dragoon. It's a little plastic guy, and then some guy comes in like with
Like
just a butcher's
steel.
knife. It's like, "Grr, I win. It's just giant ass Beyblade. Like it's
I hear
heavy,
they kill
it's
people with
heavy.
this in
Yeah, I had
Taiwan.
one of those.
You got the heavy one.
Yeah, I had a heavy one.
You're a bastard.
I just didn't do it with other people. I don't think.
That's
I
sad.
just...
You just Beybladed all by
That went from
yourself.
like you're a
Just-
bully to like you're the introverted kid. Like, really fast.
Let her rip.
I
Take
don't know.
that.
Sure.
We had like the normal plastic ones, and it'd be like pretty fun. But then after a while, we got bored because they were
Because it's freaking spinning tops hitting each other.
yeah.
Of
So
course
we
it's boring.
like
Dreidel.
They just
I
made it look-
out of Dragon.
pretty much.
Have you seen that picture of in Beyblade, Moses using a Beyblade to part the Red Sea?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh my god, that was totally part of the
That was part of the show?
anime.
Yeah.
Oh my
Not
god.
like a
It's pretty
still
ridiculous.
But then the 11th commandment. Let it rip, motherfucker!
That's in the third one he dropped. The tablets.
Yeah, I know.
So
It's so weird though.
after playing with the plastic ones for a bit, we got bored, and we just all modded the shit out of our Beyblades. Like we'd put like metal, like one kid put glass in his Beyblade, and like they would be like spinning tops to death. Like it was actually scary.
One of them
the hell
invented
you
one
hang
that was
out with?
invented to shoot a
Yeah.
screwdriver to the opponent's eye.
It's just like, yeah, that brings cutting yourself to a whole new level.
Yeah,
Trying to kill yourself? No, I was doing Beyblade, fucker!
you definitely didn't want to grab these ones while they were spinning, because like you would like massive lacerations.
Old 4-finger Jimmy knew that.
The kid with a scar over his eye, you gotta be careful.
I've seen shit.
Yes, I've already let it rip.
Jesus, I didn't do that. You know what we used to have? We had this foreign exchange student from Korea. He was there for us for a year. Really cool guy, and he brought back these like beetle machines, like these fighting beetles. So basically, they'd be about maybe like the size of 2 Hot Wheels, like length, and then like the size like a Hot Wheel and a half. So they're pretty big, right?
Yeah.
And they had these like the big wheels, and their horns on the front. So what you do is you charge it up. Everyone would like stand like in a corner, like like diagonal side, and then everyone would just shoot off into the middle, and they'd all come towards each other. And as they're going off, their heads would like bob, and you lost when it flipped.
Oh, cool.
So it was really cool because like he only had a couple, so like instead of everyone using it, like only a couple people could use it. So people would come in, and you just see these beetles like coming in, like flipping each other, doing all sorts of crazy shit.
That's pretty
It
sweet.
was so cool. I still have one upstairs actually.
Yeah, those things are always fun. Like, I managed to, for whatever reason, I started watching, like, those old, like, Robot Wars things. Like, the guys have
I love those. Yeah.
And, like, I was like, oh, okay, this is silly. Why are people getting so into this? Halfway through, I'm like, yeah, fuck them up.
cool.
What robot were? Oh, like
Yeah.
live, like real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like people build their robots, and then
I think it
the
was-
worst part is when it's like a grown ass man, and then the other team's like 2 little kids. Or whatever.
I know. One of the things I saw is like, they all, it was like, Judge Call, and obviously they gave to the kid, and there's like this one guy, the adult team's just like, no, and just storms off. The rest of his team's like, fucking Christ, Jim. Like,
I remember this one where it was like this team of university students or something. Like they looked like they knew what they were doing, and the other team had this like these two like 6-year-olds and their grandpa with them.
Oh
And
no.
the university students or whatever flipped the other team's robot into this like flamethrower, and it just got like smoke, and there was like a little explosion, and then it panned over to the little kids' faces, and those
my
poor
goodness.
little kids looked like they just lost their
It's like
dog.
seeing their like dog die. Almost.
I'm sorry, kids, but Santa's life was on the line with this one.
It was like round one. These guys had
takes him out, takes like this whole mouth out back, just shoots him in front of the kids.
It was like round 1, too. These guys had no chill. These poor kids. The grandpa was like trying to comfort them. It's like, it's okay. This one little boy was crying. Oh,
Yo,
man.
kids, Santa Claus doesn't exist. Poses. Oh god, that's funny.
Oh.
I don't know about that sort of stuff.
That's pretty twisted.
I love seeing it.
It's
It's like
on Netflix, actually.
Yeah, the one I saw, one of them was
Yeah.
like this little, it like had a little mallet, and the other like had this like grindy thing at the top
I know
at
which
the
one you're
front.
talking about.
I think it was called Razor or something, and like it like touched it, and like it eventually just like made like parts of the other one just fly off, and like it was a massacre. And I'm watching this like, yeah, fuck him up.
that stuff is so cool.
I remember they had to add like an
Yeah.
extra like 2 feet to the barrier because
Oh yeah,
it
because
just-
shrapnel kept.
shrapnel flying off these robots. And they were like, the crowd was full of like 8-year-olds. And so
What? Beheadings of 8-year-olds is common.
Just a
Their
shit.
little eyes are right at shrapnel level. I'm sorry.
Let's say next day, Billy goes to school with like an iPad.
guys, I had the
I went
best.
to the robot show.
No, it's one of the kids who got destroyed, and it hits them. It's like, how'd the robot show go, Billy? I am no longer a boy.
Call me William.
just the 6-year-old with like stubble and a cigarette. You see things in war.
Yeah, I've never seen that sort of stuff.
Oh, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to watch. Yeah,
Mhm.
like you actually really get dragged into it. I was watching this other show because like
Oh, fun. Let's see what this is.
Nice segue.
it's called Barbecue Pitmasters.
You
Of course.
have talked about this so
my
much
God.
already. Like,
It's so
you keep
good.
talking
Barbecue.
about this.
Wait, so
Even
is it
by
cook-
like dads with swords status, this sounds kind
Wait,
of
wait.
silly.
Is it dudes making barbecue pits?
No, why the fuck? How many
why would you
episodes
make
could
that?
you do, Michael? How many episodes could you
They have
do?
fucking deck
Epic
wars,
montage
they
as a
have
guy
this.
digs a hole. Spinning camera.
It's a
Fast
whole.
forward up the sky so the clouds are going real fucking fast.
How is this an hour and a half per episode?
Maybe one, they have like a whole setup.
One. How many?
They have 3
Season
seasons of this shit.
16.
I swear.
They use different woods, they make it bigger.
No,
That's your big thing.
they
Episode
pretty much
15. Oak.
Dun, 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 dun.
they're digging.
Michael's just sitting there like, oh yeah, you hit that oak tree. Turns to mom, yo mom, they're doing oak. You've never done oak before.
They're digging, and Jim, what rhymes with digging? Series cancelled.
We regret to inform you that 2 of the barbecue pit masters died during this episode.
So pretty much they
Just beat one of them beheaded with a shovel. Their head just doing a like fucking majestic loop.
So it's my first guess of mental guess of guys doing like a barbecue cooking show. Is that it?
yeah, it's like a
You
competition.
got it, Michael. That was
yeah,
your second
you got
guess,
it.
by the
It was
way.
my first in my head. Second, I said
Why would you say the other one?
because I thought it'd be too obvious or
I'm
something.
not good at multiple
It's
choice.
American Ninja Warrior where they put you in like 16th century feudal Japan
No,
and
that's
then you
what I
walk
thought.
around.
I thought everyone was a ninja and they'd fight each other. That was what I
What?
thought it was.
I wanted
The title
Death
is
Battles
stupidly
down.
misleading. It's really dumb.
The
It's
barbecue pit masters are American Ninja Warrior.
American Ninja Warrior.
Why would they?
I thought they'd fight each other.
What?
I mean, that just
I
makes
mean,
sense.
it is in the title.
Yeah, it's in the title.
If you want that, go to Deadliest Warrior.
The
That's not
most scientific
that's not
show.
actual
Yo, that
people.
show is ridiculous.
You don't
Oh
even-
my
Let us
god.
put these
What?
numbers in this computer.
It works. Oh, looks like the samurai's gonna beat this.
Yeah, I remember when they got supernatural, like vampires versus zombies.
That was
and the
so-
guy's going like, I'm putting in the numbers. It's like, they both don't exist. What numbers are
As far as you know.
Yo, the
far as
ending.
you know.
Spoilers for whoever wants to watch that show. Watch that episode specifically. But in the vampires versus zombie
Didn't
one,
zombies win?
no,
the
this
vampires
vampire
won, yeah.
turned into a zombie at the end of the show.
But they're already undead!
And then Shyamalan twist.
It was two zombies versus like 200. 200 vampire. Shit.
Three vampires.
Two vampires.
Two vampires
A
versus
bunch of
like,
vampires.
200
Three
zombies.
vampires, 100 zombies, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
You
Yeah.
watched the episode.
I did, of course. I was about to bring up freaking Rob Roy, like the
It's
American,
not going to be
like,
a
freaking
good
Navy SEAL.
episode
He just
unless
went,
halfway through the
he
vampires
took,
like the
his
little
knife,
throwing
and then he like
axe at the end.
stabbed the dummy like 100 times and then cut its head off
No,
in the middle of
He
it.
gets like really argo. I remember that because
yeah.
it cuts. This is only for a split
Rob
second.
Roy is the man.
He stabs a guy like way too many times for anything to be stabbed in his gut, and then beheads him. And it cuts for a split second to everyone watching him.
They're like-
Afterwards, they're like, "Oh, that was really good." But
They're
then
like,
cuts
"Yeah!"
them, and then, no, it cuts them for a second. They're like, "What did we just do?"
On Deadliest Warriors.
Yeah, like, did we just like unlock his lust for blood or something? Like,
That show was so creepy.
screaming.
dude.
He's like, "Ah!" And they're like,
Yeah, he was going ham on that thing.
Rob Roy, I think he's dead. I think you killed his son too somehow.
"Stop eating the dummy. It's plastic. It's not real human flesh."
I thought I enjoyed it. Okay, I thought the show was good.
You
It was like it was entertaining, but it wasn't like a good show. You know
I
what
thought
I
it was a
mean?
good show. Like,
They did like Yakuza versus Mafia. I mean,
That was ridiculous.
that one was,
that was kind of-
stupid.
well,
Yakuza are basically modern samurai, so they've got an edge.
I'm pretty
My
sure.
favorite is like, let's test a grenade. Grenade's okay, I guess. It's like, dude, it's a grenade. Really?
It's
You're
gonna
like-
work.
it's different kinds of grenades. That's the point.
the best was like
It's
the
totally
guy.
arbitrary how they only do like one test instead of like 55. I get it, but
See, I
still,
can't.
I liked how they incorporate the science to make it plausible.
Science!
Yo,
Science.
Well, they had like an actual like doctor in it, and like a
Yo, that guy was the
Totally not.
fakest doctor I've ever
Okay,
seen
dude,
in my
we're
life.
gonna give you WebMD stuff. Put on a lab coat. Go. He had cancer, therefore zombies would win. Smile.
What?
Like he was the stupidest part of the show because he would just pop in. It's just like
was on
you
Spike.
cut
What do you
his
expect?
throat, therefore he would die.
There are
Dr. Drew.
lacerations to the neck. He has no head. He is
Mostly, I think
probably
the
dead.
show was basically
Probably.
just like a way to get a pork subsidy, so that because they kept counting into pigs.
You ever like?
I can't take that seriously.
Yeah,
after...
they kept cutting into pigs.
Yeah,
like,
Have you guys seen
Yeah.
Dads with Swords, by the way?
No, I haven't.
no, I've seen.
Oh my god!
I
After this
watch,
podcast, I'm showing it to you
I
because
watch. Damn, what's the show? I totally forgot it.
Cupids.
No, it was the other one. It was the actual like Forged in Fire. That's a great show.
Men in Arms is really good.
Yeah, Forged in Fire, Man in Arms, pretty good.
I'm still a little disappointed that the
work.
Dragon Slayer is like pretty much unmakeable.
Oh,
Is
you
that
like the
Guts?
sword?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh,
which I mean, to be fair, it's like the size of a surfboard in universe. So
okay. I just want to
Well,
bring
now-
back to Deadliest Warrior quickly.
After we've established that I'm a complete idiot, let's continue to.
It's okay. It's every episode. I remember.
Why did I come here? Like I drove here. It's like 10 at night.
Why'd I hit a pylon for you, Stuart? A pylon! I'm so tilt. No, that's what you said. You said
Ticked.
ticked. That was it. That's even worse. I almost said tickled.
my mirror died for your sins, Stuart.
No, I remember the game, the Deadliest Warrior game. Do you ever play it?
Yo, that game was so fun. We used to play that so
we
much.
used to play
I
it.
think I
There
might
was
have.
they had a stupid mechanic where like there's just a small like a 10% chance that if you threw a projectile it would insta kill someone. So you'd start the game and like 3, 2, 1,
And just
go.
spam
Like you would just
projectiles.
throw a spear in the guy's face and he's dead and you're like.
Like, what the fuck?
Cool. Equal fighting, I guess. Like, and then you could chop off legs and they'd still be hopping.
Yeah, you could chop off an arm and they still fight. It's just like, what the fuck?
They had a glitch where you could chop off the head and the legs and he'd still come after
What?
you. And I was like,
Yeah, there was like a zombie mode where like basically you had to go until your opponent was just like a torso.
Yeah, like, oh man.
that game was
Like a little
so
nugget or
funny.
something.
Like, I don't know how they got, like, some of the stuff was really funny too. Didn't they do Attila the Hun versus Genghis Khan or something like
Yeah.
that?
Something like that.
Oh man,
That
they
was
did like
so
the
funny.
IRA versus the Taliban or something.
They did the IRA?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to say that
No,
at least
IRS.
with the-
That's what I was thinking. I was
Oh,
like, why
yeah.
would they do the IRS?
IRS versus the oh
The
shit.
IRS just audits the Taliban. It's like, oh shit, guys, take this
At
over.
least with those, they actually got like ex dudes who are in like the IRA, like with the modern ones, like they got like Navy SEALs, Israeli commandos to do that stuff, and I was like, they
Yeah.
actually had like the modern weapons there, and
Oh,
it
no.
made it look more plausible instead of like having a dude who's like born in 85, just like pretending to be a warrior from ancient Mongolia.
Oh, I love that. And they're just like, they used to hold their arrows like this, and then like, pew, and it like would hit a target. And it's like, see, it
I'm
can
just
kill a
gull-
guy.
Yeah, well, I'm
Oh my
just
God, I don't know
gullible,
why I
I'm just really
remembered
gullible,
this.
I'm sorry, I'm stupid.
We're all like in teenager years. It was a pretty awesome show in teenager years.
It's like, swords are cool. Like,
Yeah.
have you seen that like Wisconsin police training video surviving edged weapons?
I've not.
Okay, so
Well,
it
I would
starts
see
with it starts with caveman murder.
Cool.
It's
Cool.
really early starting.
Yeah.
I remember. Oh my god, I saw this video the other day on Reddit. Oh my god, it scared the. Well, not scared. It just like scarred me.
Oh, fun.
It was like not. It wasn't not safe for work. It was not safe for life. One of those things.
Oh
Mm.
god.
So it was this guy. He got 2 swords, and he was like chopping stuff, and there was like a thing in the air, and he chopped it, and he went like this,
Chopped his hands
and
off.
no, he just chopped it into his into his
Oh,
pinky.
gross, man.
Wait, what do you mean
the
chopped
hell?
what into his pinky?
Like he had a really sharp sword, and it kind of went like and stopped at his pinky, like the bone, and went like, and then he's like, oh, and it looks like he just went like this, like doesn't look at it, and then you go to the camera, and it's just like,
That's gross, man.
I was just like, whoa, it still sticks to me, man. I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
Yo,
hate that
Deadliest
stuff.
Warriors just turned to shit when they started putting the special ops against
It
each
turned
other.
to
Yeah.
shit.
Yo, man. Okay, you're.
At least it was a history lesson, okay?
I'm mad the pirate beat the knight. I'm still
Yeah,
mad
what
about
the
that.
hell?
A little bit, yeah. Wait, no, but it made
Like-
no, but they shouldn't have had it like that easy, like that
It's like
hard.
the blunderbuss.
This,
I'm like,
no, this guy has a gun. There's a reason armor like of that nature stopped because guns go through, bullets go through that stuff and kill
well,
people.
actually, for a while, early on, actually, they were capable of making plate mail that could withstand like early firearms.
I think the big thing for me was that they kind of. I love how we're
Okay,
arguing about
yeah,
the
that didn't
logistics of
make,
this.
any sense too because that guy did the whole fight. And he just pulled up a freaking blunderbuss out of nowhere and shot the guy. Like you can't carry that many weapons.
Yeah,
all at
you
once.
can't hide from me blunderbuss in my ass.
No, he just switched weapons like Bloodborne. Just
Yeah, switch it like mallet space, like the Zelda thing where he puts one thing and then it pops out another. I don't know. I always thought that was stupid.
Like how every single warrior carried every single kind of weapon.
no, they were limited to 3. I remember.
Yeah, no,
that.
they were limited to 3.
Yeah, that's still more than what some guys usually
Yeah,
would
no,
have.
but there was this one episode. It was like Green Beret versus Spetsnaz or something.
Yeah,
Do you
I remember that being a
Yeah,
dumb
yeah.
episode.
And in the final fight, I think the Spetsnaz guy threw his grenade and went in a washing machine or something. And it blew up the washing machine. It was so ridiculous because I'm like, how would you even simulate that? First of all, I understand if it's like,
Well, they're play acting it. The computer program just tells you how many
Well,
ones out
obviously
of,
they're not actually fighting to the
obviously
death.
They're not fighting to the death.
but I'm saying they
$20.
want details.
Yeah, we'll
But
give you a sandwich.
why would they just assume that the grenade went into a washing machine? You know,
Look, man, we paid a lot of money for that
They want
shot.
to make a damn
There's a
TV show, that's
formula. Don't
why.
you know the washing machine formula? It's in every single battle of Deadliest Warriors.
it's just ridiculous. And then the U.S. The Green Berets threw the grenade.
Now to stick a knife in a weird gelatinous dummy for the
Was
100th
it
time.
super true that if there was somebody of a warrior of American origin versus anybody else the American guy on
George
the one,
Washington beat Napoleon, and I'm like,
but he's also
what?
6'3" and Napoleon's
yeah, but
5'7".
wasn't it armies they were commanding against
Yeah.
each other?
Oh, yeah,
Washington
true.
wasn't a great military commander when Napoleon kind of was.
Yeah,
He was
and
great.
Napoleon wasn't he 100 years after Washington or
That's the
No.
point.
I don't think so. No.
No, he was actually
1800s? for
yeah.
Napoleon.
1776
No,
was
he-
when they founded U.S.
Yeah.
and he got sent to Elba in 1815.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah,
I
I'm
remember-
mixing up my history. I just remembered that France was kind of it helped out the states a lot in its early
Yeah,
days.
I was about to
That's
say,
why they
I'm pretty sure
'cause they
George
don't like
Washington.
English.
Because
Napoleon talked.
fuck Britain is kind of the national motto of France,
It's still kind of going on to a lot of the world. So
Except for when it's
Britain?
fuck Germany.
Or USA.
Well, I mean,
anybody
either
in the
way,
West.
I don't think that one made any sense where George Washington beat Napoleon. Like, every time it was American versus anyone else.
Well, there was only like two that I could think
Who
of.
was the
That,
ninja
that,
versus?
Ninja versus...
Shoot, I don't know.
Right? Like, I can't remember. Like, it had to be like a kind of fair fight because he's wearing fucking cloth.
Samurai?
No.
No.
It might have been like Apache or Zulu
I think
or
it was
something.
Apache. I think it was Apache.
Zulu.
No, that was wait. It was Shaolin Monk versus
Yo, that one was actually
Maori.
sick.
the Maori warrior, and then I love the line at the end where the New Zealander, who of like obviously like native descent, he goes, "Wait, so you're telling me that these guys would be? There's no way this guy would be a Maori warrior. The computer's probably Chinese." just totally blames it.
There's a show on the internet with Screw Attack.
Spartan versus Ninja.
The ninja would
That's
kick Spartan. Oh yeah, I remember that. I do
weird.
remember.
I feel
that.
like Spartan would kick Ninja's ass.
Well,
Yeah,
why? The dude.
Is it like the whole thing that like one's an assassin, the other's a soldier? That why am I second guessing this stupid fucking show?
There's a show on the internet called through Screw Attack called
that's
Death
cool.
Oh,
Battle.
dude,
I
those are
love
even
that.
worse.
I-
No,
Oh
they're
my
not
God.
that bad.
Boo.
I love those. What the hell?
It really depends. Like for example, like
Well, yeah, some of it's close. but
Sometimes, like, I
that's
feel-
their particular judgment of it.
I know, but
It's
sometimes
not,
I feel like they just
end-all,
put stuff
be-all.
together and it's like what? Like they did Kirby versus Majin Buu and Kirby won, and I was like,
They go with the most ridiculous feats. Like,
yeah, it's like from the
But they
Kirby
also-
TV show, and I'm like,
No, but they also
Really?
they pull out. They do a lot of research and they pull out all these.
Doesn't mean research is good.
Kirby.
If they
What do
did
you mean
Mario
it's
versus
there?
someone, there's a fat Mario dude who went on the internet one time saying, or on TV saying, "Don't do cocaine." Therefore, Mario has drug powers. Like that's technically research.
No, but that's not what they did. They
You
actually
can't
look up
convince me that Mario
No, but
does
they-
do all the
They
fucking
don't go to
cocaine.
freaking, they don't go to freaking chat forums and people's
No,
opinion.
but
They go to they
they-
look at like TV series and comic books and
Yeah.
stuff where it's actually in print.
but not
And
everything's
published.
canon, even if it is in print by the official like people.
Okay, that's
Like,
a good point. That's a
They
very good point.
literally just take it from random sources. Like for they said, oh, Kirby could karate chop a planet in half just because he did in Kirby Superstar Ultra.
And it's like,
Like,
Well, what is that not like?
like
but
Kirby
how-
can't karate chop a planet in half.
I
What
mean, the
hell?
obvious answer to all these is they're fictional characters,
So
and
they
whoever
fucking can.
writes it determines who wins it. So.
I mean, like, why can't the planet be?
I've
this
never
big?
liked that whole, Goku versus Superman. It's like, fuck, I don't know. Does Goku win in the story? If so, there you go.
I think it's just a something in the brain that's always like, I like this thing, I like this thing,
What if?
and then like, what if? It's
Yeah.
like people like now, like I think the big thing is that a lot of people are gonna be like, who can beat One Punch Man? And I think there's gonna be a lot of kids who have watched it when like now the young who are going to argue about it. And it's not one of those things that's like who's right, who's wrong. It's just like,
Who cares?
well, I think it's more just like I like this fandom,
Yeah, but
I like this
grown-ass
fandom. Let's
men-
talk about it.
Yeah.
When it's when it's grown ass men going a little too ham into it.
Well, that's
I mean, like-
that's their job, right? Like they're.
Also, I mean,
No, not Death Battle. I mean like
Oh.
chat forums.
Oh well.
Death
then
Battle
what-
is just kind of weird.
Well, I don't
people
care.
like people really, if you're
Yeah,
doing a
Screwtack is
who
kinda
would
weird,
win
like, they
sort
have,
of.
like, sexualization
luckily the
of,
comic
like,
forum
comic
I'm on is
characters.
pretty
You see
good
the
at
girls, they're,
avoiding
like,
that.
kind of,
Like, I think they just
they
kind of
kinda-
realized it was dumb at some
like,
point.
It definitely is.
Like how
fun.
Starfire.
We're
like,
unified
Teen
pretty much only by
Titan
that
show.
and by our love of
I'm saying like
newspaper
the girls that
Spider-Man.
dress up like the character.
Which,
in-
newspaper Spider-Man, if you want to
And the,
know
like-
what
like,
his
let's say
level
they
of
do,
confidence is like,
when you
at
only
one
act
point
it
he
at the
was
end, they
knocked
get,
out
like,
because a
actors
brick
to
fell
do
on
it.
his head.
And they get actors like, on Screwtack to do it. They get
Like, there's
like, the girls
actually
have to,
one
like,
scene
dress up,
where someone
like,
does the thing
I
where like
thought
they
Death Battle
shoot
was
all the bullets
like-
and it
like,
avoids it, so they throw the gun and it actually hits Spider-Man and knocks him out.
thought it was like
my
animation.
God.
Oh yeah, no,
It's
sorry.
beautiful.
No,
So-
I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of like of a related.
So yeah, the running joke is,
Um,
well, of course he's incompetent. Look how many concussions
Yeah, no,
he
I think
has.
of,
You
like,
can't have two conversations. It's a podcast.
Anyway, in a
okay.
recent story, Rocket Raccoon was the special guest, and at one point they sneak him into a motel by claiming that Rocket Raccoon is their son.
What Spider-Man does?
Yeah, well, Peter Parker and MJ's like, this is our son. He just never takes off the raccoon costume. And then later the motel owner finds Rocket Raccoon in the trash naked fighting off a coyote.
Oh my
It's like,
God.
Take care of your son. This is this is terrible. Also, Rocket Raccoon totally like tricks Spider-Man into killing Ronan the Accuser. Like he's got a helmet on, right? It's like, no, if Korea Kree can't breathe his air, so if he loses his helmet, he won't die. He'll go to suspended animation.
Oh my god.
And like he never showed like doing anything other than like lie there. So it's like, did Rocket Raccoon like lie to this poor idiot and make him kill a sentient creature?
Okay, so it's that time of show where we ask a question.
We've been asking questions the whole damn show.
No, like,
Yo, I like
No, we're going to learn about Aruj getting sodomized with candy canes, and by God, the internet is going to love it.
you never answer that question.
I'm not answering the question.
Next time on a very special Tea Time Boys, Aruj gets raped by Goofy. I'm sorry, Aruj gets raped by Santa. You choose, audience.
This used to be at least a little bit classy.
Really?
No.
Well, partially.
Who would win,
It's-
Viking or Samurai?
Oh, is that the
Who
question?
would win, Santa or Goofy? we use the computer.
Wait, with the cocaine liquid or without the cocaine liquid?
What cocaine liquid?
So the Vikings, what they used to take is some kind of like mix of, like a drink that would enrage them like crazy. That's why they would go berserker.
What am I?
And they would
you said
become like
enrage them, and the first thing I thought was like him chugging it down, just having this like massive boner all running into battle. Like, ah!
Dude, I'd be scared.
I would be too if it was like flopping at me, but like, why is he turned on? Oh god.
Do you get an erection when you're mad? Is that what I'm getting from this? Have I learned an uncomfortable fact?
Wait a minute. I like how this is the guy. Like all three of us are kind of like generally like more mild mannered, and this guy's just going, "You, what would happen if you got raped by this dude?" And he's just like,
I
Yeah,
said
you're
raped.
kinda
I
dick.
said stuck in an alleyway. That's not raped.
Okay,
We're
how about
including-
I go through the different Deadliest Warrior like episodes,
No.
and you tell me who you think would win, and I'll tell you who.
All right, let's
Please,
go. Okay,
we've
let's,
suffered
What if
enough.
I already
No.
I already know some of these anyway, so
Okay,
there's no
so-
point.
Yeah.
we'll do like this rapid fire.
We'll
Let's,
do a couple. Apache versus Gladiator.
Gladiator.
Apache.
Yeah, I was Apache.
What? Everyone has to answer.
Oh, true.
But what-
Okay, Viking versus Samurai.
the samurai won
Samurai.
that.
Samurai won that.
I remember
yeah.
that.
Spartan versus Ninja.
Spartan are really
Ninja
cool?
won that, I think. I could be wrong.
No, Spartan won
Spartan,
Yeah, I didn't think
that. I
Ninja
don't
won
know.
that.
Spartan used a shield or something.
Oh,
Pirate
yeah, yeah.
versus Knight. We know.
Pirate.
Yeah, Pirate.
Still mad.
Yeah, I want.
Yeah, I was rooting for the night, but I
Jack
knew the pirate.
Sparrow did this to me.
Gosh.
Yakuza versus Mafia.
I think it was
Yakuza. Yakuza won.
Yeah.
Yakuza won.
No, the Mafia one.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Mafia
Okay.
one.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, I guess guns are easier to get in America than Japan.
They're
so-
the Sicilian mafia from the U.S. I think. Who cares? It's a stupid argument. What's the point?
Please tell me that the fight scene like began in like a spaghetti restaurant. like the music played and everything. Like,
I don't know why. Imagine a Japanese guy saying Mamma Mia.
You think I'm usually
It's
amused?
actually pretty ridiculous. They actually explain the whole fight scene in Wikipedia. Like, it's like a play by
One
play.
guy had a really good weekend.
just one like chugs energy drink, like fucking tosses it aside, like he's
I'm not being clear enough. They have to know. I need to paint a picture with these words.
The battle begins with a group of 5 Yakuza members entering a hotel. A nearby man and his wife checking into the hotel look on with nervousness. As the 5 Mafia members turn the corner and run into the Yakuza.
Deadliest Warrior, the novelization.
I was gonna say, just like, honey, come to bed. Timmy's worried. Shut up! Throws whiskey bottle.
Oh, you're not wrong though. The
Nervously.
gangs stare at each other until one Mafia gangster pulls out a Molotov cocktail. No provocation.
Where did he pull it from?
He just pulls out.
Yes, this is the best thing to use in a building.
Yeah, and then there's guns. They fight. They stab each other and stuff. And then the
Remember
Mafia.
The Simpsons where it's Mafia versus the Yakuza? And it's like, oh, I don't want to go inside. That little guy has a movie. And I'm sure he's going to do something cool. And they close the door. You just hear,
Bum 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 bum. Aww.
Yeah.
Alright, keep going.
Oh, you want me to keep reading it or
Yeah.
go
Are you
to
kidding me?
another
Why?
episode?
Just one more.
Okay. Green Berets versus Spetsnaz.
We've already
Of
done
course,
that one.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be the fucking Green Berets, of course. Like they'd ever show an American losing.
No, Spetsnaz.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I've been made a fool.
I've been bamboozled. Yeah. So,
Is that it?
and then there's Shaolin Monk versus Maori Warrior.
Shaolin won.
Yeah,
Really?
Shaolin won
Yeah.
that.
That's why the guy was just like the computer's probably Chinese.
Okay, alright. Here's.
William Wallace versus Shaka Zulu.
I think William Wallace that won that.
Yeah, William Wallace did win that.
Okay, here's a question for you. Okay.
Is this like the ending question?
Yeah, the ending.
Please
question.
no questions about sexual assault. I think we've run that well.
Yeah.
dry.
We're done with that, buddy.
No, kidding. There was. So, do you guys know the movie The Lobster?
Where
you told me about it.
Yeah.
So it was a weird movie. Whoever wrote that movie hates love, but that's a different story.
Oh, fun.
regardless. But the real thing is that if you don't find love in a certain amount of time, you get turned into an animal. All right, so I'm gonna cut off dogs and cats because they're easy to turn into. If you could turn into any animal and try to like live and kind of be like prosperous for as long as possible, what animal would you turn into?
You want to be a monkey, dude. Those things are crazy.
I want to be like one of those like big ass flightless birds, like an ostrich or an emu.
Yo,
or some
actually,
shit.
that'd be sick. An ostrich would be really cool. Not a fucking lobster.
You know,
No, I want to be a castor and just really fuck someone up.
I think I'd be like, I don't know, some sort of like bird.
I
Like,
know.
like an owl or an eagle or a hawk.
I've been
So
watching.
I can see the world from like my perch up
Yeah,
top,
man.
but also not have the threat of larger predators kicking my ass every day.
That'd be cool. If you were top of the food chain, I wouldn't want to be scared for my life, you know?
But you also have like great vision. You could see the world. And
Yeah,
stuff, and
yo, I
behold.
totally do. I've been watching a
If
lot
I
of
had
Planet
sentience.
Earth.
Planet Earth, dope. I'd choose giraffe because I think it's one of those things where I can chill. People like the only time that I've seen predators go after giraffe is that like just that one gif of have you seen it where the lion jumps at the giraffe? So this giraffe's like running because like four lionesses are after it, and this lion tries to cut it off, and jumps into the legs, and as it's jumping, giraffe just fucking hits it in the middle of its stomach. The lion goes like, and then he juggles him like 4 times, and then kicks it to the side. And the lion's like, and he just runs away. All the
You
lionesses
don't
are
fuck
like,
with the giraffe Tekken master.
all the lionesses are just like, dude, you got fucked. So
Yeah,
I'd probably be a giraffe. That's pretty
You
cool.
could also have neck fights.
Yo, yeah, they like smack each other with their neck.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know why I acted that out for the podcast.
Did you like that, ladies and gentlemen? So, giraffe, some sort of bird.
like like
Oh,
a
look
like
at
a
dads
hawk,
with swords.
a
Dads with
hawk,
swords,
owl, or a
Like we were
Or
talking
eagle.
about Deadliest Warrior, and that's like all I could think of is fucking dads with swords.
So what is Dads with Swords?
It's just a YouTube video someone made.
Dads with swords.
Oh shit, I've seen this one. Search up Dads with Swords.
Search up Arouge gets bummed by Goofy.
Don't actually search
Yeah,
that.
don't
I
do
imagine
that one.
Google would just be looking at this. Some interns like, the fuck?
They're gonna look up.
You want that on your search history?
you want that to be the last thing we leave the audience
Gets
with.
bummed by Goofy. Let's see.
I regret coming.
If I had a nickel for every time a girl said that to me, I'd have 3 nickels.
There's a movie video where
A movie video?
Shaheen watches man get bummed by horse. Lol.
Who's Shaheen?
And then wake me up inside Goofy version.
No, that's probably Pros AD then.
Oh my
He
god.
does a pretty good Goofy.
Yeah, he does. I love Pro ZD.
The big 3 get Goofy. See,
Shout
this
outs.
is us stars act out vomit in a game.
How about we not?
Is that like those weird like Elsa and Spider-Man for kids videos? Those get weird fast.
What?
You know, it's like Mickey like fucking.
What? You're not selling this video to.
Oh no, they're fucking hard. Like, if you ever wanted to see GTA modded so that 2 Spider-Men dressed like cops fucking beat up a hooker and take her through the secret tunnels to take her to jail.
Have you seen the Spider-Man gif where it's like him,
Well-
one Spider-Man like on top of the other Spider-Man, and he just slaps his ass? Have you seen that?
Oh
Yes.
yeah! Oh my god!
Of course I've seen that. Incidentally, I should mention that this whole time, like, fucking nursery rhymes are, like, played in the background. Like, just, like, fucking the wheels on the bus go round and round and shit. As these
What?
2 Spider-Man cops, like, beat up a random woman on the beach and take her to jail via the fucking Batcave.
Some people have amazing things, but you started out off weird. You say like Mickey and Elsa fucking.
So, like, for some reason, like, Goofy's, like, a pervert. Like,
Wait, is this what? Where in GTA or like?
No, this is like a separate one. It's animated, quote unquote, like 3 frames a second. But like, if you've ever wanted like, I know, like, imagine like the worst children's cartoon you've ever seen, but like it also like has Mickey Mouse because it's in a country where they laugh at the idea of copyright.
Wait, so are Elsa and Mickey fucking?
Oh no, this one
why is this
is
the only thing
Elsa and
that's live
Spider-Man are like married and they keep like getting pranked by like the Joker and it's all like live action and Spider-Man's kind of fat.
What?
Who thinks of this?
I don't know, but there's so many of them on YouTube.
Who has the
And they all
time?
like have bots that like help each other. So they've all got like fucking 10 million views.
Have you seen the Simpsons porn?
What is with the night in your erotica?
It's like, I think it's like Spanish. It's just Homer like with terrible makeup on going like "Si yo mató la la la," and then a random just like regular like he has like full yellow makeup on, and a random just normal woman walks in and just Homer fucks her, and then she leaves. And then Marge comes in and she's like, "Don't like
Your Spanish is
yeah, I know.
impeccable.
So, that's probably pretty racist, but like, oh my god, it's
I think we've.
I'm ashamed of this.
it's so funny.
Me too.
I'm
It's
so
really
ashamed
funny.
of this.
really messy.
Like the Jerry Seinfeld, like Seinfeld.
Oh my god, I even found a version where they just cut out all the sex scenes. I'm like, this is the best Seinfeld episode I've ever fucking seen.
You see the board? There's a board thing where it's like this
Why are
guy's.
you looking at me? Don't look at me.
This guy's wearing like a horse mask, I think.
I remember that one.
So it's just like a black dude, like white tank top, like basketball shorts, and he's wearing a horse mask. This is the end of the porno, all right? And he's wearing a
Whoa,
horse
whoa,
mask,
why,
and then he's
why
just,
are you watching this
Oh,
stuff?
this one.
so he's
The plot twist.
yeah. So it's like the video is the greatest plot twist in porn history. So black guy, just t-shirt, like
Why'd you
white.
look this up?
Well, I know this one.
This is-
So it's like a white wife beater, basketball shorts, and he's wearing like that stupid, goofy horse mask. And he's like, "I'm not a horse." Takes it off. "I'm a skeleton." And he's wearing this really bad skeleton mask, and then it cuts. And that's...
No, the one I was like, I'm a skeleton.
What?
He's a skeleton.
No,
I love porn. Some of the porn stuff is really funny.
Or the Overwatch thing where they even like had the little graphic ultimate dick boss already. And he goes, "Bask in the shadow of dick."
What? I'm so ashamed of this.
Bask in the shadow.
Well,
That's amazing.
Oh my
I
god.
apologize to every listener who has never will even think about tuning in for this. There was at least hope at one point in time.
No, there wasn't.
Well,
Your sex tape.
Damn.
dude, you're like this guy. Every single
okay,
thing you
dude?
every single thing this guy's brought up has been like really like creepy erotic, and then he just laughs his ass off after it.
Just like the name, I think it's funny that your sex tape is there was hope in this.
At the start of this, it was
Whatever, I can't remember stuff.
I apologize.
fair.
I apologize to everybody. Shut up.
This is Michael Minute with Michael K. Pasa.
This is sincere. This is a sincere apology from the only guy here who hasn't brought up a ridiculous amount of random crap, just a fair amount of random crap. I apologize. At this point in time, if you listen to the other ones,
You suck!
you probably like expected a little bit of this, but
Return my phone calls!
this is
lonely!
We appreciate you, Michael.
Michael! Michael, I love you!
as Kenny Omega would say.
leaving my wife for you!
Dude, I'm trying to do something here, okay?
Am I just your plaything?
Dude, just shut up, man. Like
Oh god!
nobody asked. Nobody asked you.
Baywatch.
Name of your sex tape.
Goodbye and good night.